Welcome one and all present today for one of its kind 6 days virtual faculty development program on fashion design and approach to creative teaching, organized by Nitte School of Fashion Technology and Interior Design in association with Bangalore Central University. Dear participants, here are some of the rules to be followed for the smooth conduct of FTP. Please mute your audio and video. If you wish to ask any question, please post in the chat box. At the end of each session, a feedback form will be shared only in the chat box. Feedback form will be active only for 10 to 15 minutes. Please fill the form in time. E-certificate will be issued to only those participants who attend all 6 days FTP and submit the feedback form for all the sessions. Now, without further delay, we will turn our time to our first session. Let me introduce and welcome Ms. Salai Arulmuli Jeevanath. Salai Arulmuli is a communication and graphic designer by profession, having a technical experience of more than 7 years in the field of research and design. She also is trained and expert in tech park and sampling, product design development, women and kid wear, design development, process, pattern making and garment construction, graphic and communication design, researcher, trainer, content development in fashion blog, fashion illustrator and stylist, and fashion photographer, and so on. She has been awarded by many organizations to name a few awards. Best Talk Person in 2016 National Conference conducted by PSG Tech Coimbatore. Best Researcher for Endangered Musical Instruments for Tamil Nadu, NIFT New Delhi. Best Digital Illustrator Award by PSNA College of Engineering and Technology. Ma'am, Nitte School of Fashion Technology and Interior Design in association with Bangalore Central University is honored to welcome you for the third day, first session of 6 day virtual faculty development program with the topic Fashion Design and Approach to Creative Teaching. Ma'am, we'll be starting the session with the topic on fashion illustration. Over to ma'am.
Uh, Thank you so much for a great introduction, Shilpa Raj, and I also thank the people organized this particular session, particularly for the faculty development program. It is an immense, contribution during this pandemic because we staying at home, like sometimes like we feel like little bad about like what is happening to our career in terms of teaching, and is it reaching the kids like really whatever we are contributing, is it really reaching the kids in terms of their knowledge? So when we start gaining more knowledge, so though we are faculties, the learning never ends. So in that case, I'm more privileged to be a part of this particular program, and thank you so much for giving me a wonderful opportunity. And let me get into the presentation today. So I was asked to conduct a presentation related to fashion illustration. So a syllabus has been given. So I'm just following the syllabus right now. And today we will be seeing a brief history about like what is fashion illustration and how it has started and how it has evolved and what could be the future in terms of fashion illustration. And my career is mostly into technical illustrations, like technical pack development for industrial manufacturing for mass production. So in that case, like I also have as I'm very much interested into this graphic design. So let us see like how graphic and fashion illustration and history like we will be touching in brief about like these topics today. So let me get into the presentation, and hope you will be enjoying the presentation today.
Dear participants, please pin Ms. Arul ma'am's screen for the presentation. I again repeat, dear participants, please pin Mr. Arul Muli ma'am's presentation. Thank you.
Okay, I hope like everybody can view the screen. So shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So we all know fashion illustration. So fashion illustration is all about illustrating your ideas, what is in your mind in terms of a blueprint or a picture or a sketches. So why do we actually need an illustration is to communicate to the manufacturer or the communicate to the person who are making the garment. So to say this is where these are all the detailing of the garment is, and this is where this particular detailing has to come. So that is the main idea of fashion illustration. So fashion illustration has evolved in a period of time in the fashion history. So let us see a few slides about the fashion history, and then we will get into like what is the current fashion illustration styles or trends which is currently prevailing in the industry. Okay, so before getting into fashion, so I wanted to show like few images of the ancient illustrations, like how people illustrated clothing in the ancient uh, murals or ancient paintings or ancient sculptures or paintings. So let us see in Egypt. So we all know it is a mass production place of cotton, so they produce lots of cotton. So we could see lots of cotton and lots of embellishments which happening in the neckline. So whatever which was available in that particular geographical location, so we were able to see the costume, the replication of the same in the costume. And we all know this Greek and Rome is very famous for and their drapes. Okay, so even in India, the Indian sari, we say it is derived from the Greek and Rome style of draping. So this is one of the Ajanta and Ellora painting. So in this painting also we could see India. We all know it's a very rich in terms of gold and the ornamentation. So we had lots of gold and gold mines in India. So we used to say like there were no costumes in India, but rather they just decorated their whole body. They covered their body with the help of lots of jewelries. Even in many sculptures you could be able to view this facts. And again we could see another little ancient painting, this Madhubani painting, the way they have illustrated clothing and in a different style. So to know the fact, like from Rome and from the costume, like we have derived the sari. So this is a ancient illustration where it shows a woman is wearing something which is very close to the drape of a sari. So this is an ancient painting of
You know, today Children also it's there. See, or see which one? June. Dear participants, please mute yourself. Sorry, ma'am. You
Okay, so this is another example of ancient painting of Japan. So we were able to see, few drapes of fabrics which is happening here, and then this is samurai's ancient paintings. So the color combination and the costume of samurai is illustrated in this particular picture, and then this is also another, the Chinese and way of costumes, kimono style of costumes. And then we were able to see here it's an ancient illustration of cave paintings in Africa. So the way they have illustrated the human, the figure, we could see the different styles in different areas, and how the people use the colors and how they have illustrated and the features, the hairstyle, we could see the ideas. So let us get into the history of fashion. Fashion itself as an enjoyment of only the wealthiest society in those days. When we take the history, when we call the term fashion, when we relate to the term clothing or luxury clothing or the hot couture, or we will say aristocratic way of dressing, so that we could see only in the wealthiest society. So we have few facts to be facts. We have a few facts here. So in fashion illustration, it has started by the Vogue had started a complete magazine which was illustrated, because in times like we won't have uh, this photograph, the cameras which was before camera was evolved or innovated. So they have just hand illustrated all the costumes and all the pages, all the advertisements and everything was illustrated by hand. So the first ever, the color photography has come in 1932. We all know the work is like 120 years old magazine. So the first initial days they started just illustrating the clothing in terms of by hand illustrations. So to communicate, this is what the trend which is happening in this particular area. So this queen was wearing particular this costume. So that is how they people started to. We all know the theory in fashion, like trickle up and trickle down theory. So from the higher society, it is coming to the other normal people, like how they understand how the costume has come or evolved. So this is how it is with the help of this magazine, hand illustrated magazine of Vogue. And then like before the camera, they were only the images. That is only the artistic way, is the only way to communicate the costumes of the queen and the people who could afford for the luxury way of dressing or the costumes. So this is the image of, like, this is how the picture before it. So this is the first picture of Vogue, color picture of Vogue magazine, uh, which was the photographer name is Edward Stitchin. So he's a person like who have clicked this particular picture. He's a photographer of the particular picture. This is the first cover photo of the Vogue magazine. So I would like to just say like few people who mostly influenced fashion in early times. So obviously Queen Elizabeth I, she is the one like who wanted to showcase herself as a powerful queen. So she embellished herself with lots and lots of uh, costumes and jewelries, and studded with lots of precious stones. So all the costumes were very very you know uh, detailed. And then like we have this Mary Antoinette, like we all know, she's very famous for the saying she said something to the people, let them eat cakes. So when we get into the history, we could able to relate like who is she. And she is actually French, and then she is married to an Austrian person. So she is also into experimenting lots of weird hairstyles and costumes. And we all know the queen of fashion is Coco Chanel. She's a French, and then her period has evolved, fashion in many different ways. We all know she simplified and she eradicated the corsets of the people, and she made people to breathe in, and then she's a very famous person in terms of jewelry and perfumes, as well as like the little black dress. Um, so Andrea, we all know like she is a celebrity. She is a film actress, and Tiffany, you must have heard about the Breakfast is Tiffany. It is a movie name. So she is the one who acted. She influenced lots of women in terms of wearing the fashion clothing and fashion outfits. So these are all the very famous figures or personalities of fashion in ancient times, or in the history. So this is a hairstyle, some example of hairstyle. So she used this Rococo period, like maximalism, which means like they just wear like to the core, like just go beyond the ideas, and they have very crazy ideas about the hairstyles and things. So these are all the illustrations of Marie Antoinette hairstyles and costumes. So we all know this Victorian era very famous for corsets. So this is a timeline just show like how the silhouette of the women has evolved, but we could see in every silhouette there is a corset till 1902 and even in 19 till 1910 like we had a we had a corset, the practice of using the corset. So let us see that. So Victorian ball gown. So this is how it looks like. It is a ball gown, which means in a party they used to wear this particular kind of costume, as well as in rider's gown. Horse riding in ancient times, they used lots of horse riding. So this is a costume of a woman who does the horse riding, and this is also everything is having with a corset. So what is a corset and how it is made of? So the boning in the corset is made of Wales, baleen. What is Wales baleen? We all know bone, but it is not actual bone of a whale. It is a baleen, which means this part. Can you see my arrow? Like this part of a whale is called as a baleen. So it was an important tool in the fashion history. However, it wasn't made out of a bone, but it is a baleen as shown in the figure. The baleen was a flexible yet strong and used to create structure in the clothing. So this is what made the women to look very, very thin in terms of the waist measurement. Hourglass, look. So let us see the timeline in 1900. Exaggerated hourglass, silhouettes we could see, and then we can see yes shaped silhouettes, and then along in 1910 like we could see this elongated inverted triangle silhouette. Okay, and then here is tubular silhouette in 1920, and then this Great Gatsby. You must have heard about the novel. uh, so in that novel they just have lots of costumes related to the flappers of the period. And then this is the magazine, uh, 17th of December 1892 magazine cover page of Vogue. And then this is 1924 cover page of Vogue. So few illustrations for your ideas. So elongated hourglass in 1930. So we have seen this elongated hourglass, the same thing which was Coco Chanel's image. Okay, so this is a photography and this is the illustration. And then inverted triangle silhouettes in 1940, because to show the shoulders a little wider. It is like even women were into this army and war military. So in that case, women also had influences of the army wear or the army costumes. The shoulders were a little broader. Okay. So this is flappers I was talking about. So this Rococo, the Great Gatsby time. This is Art Deco time. This is called flappers. Okay. So this is few examples of the illustrations that we could see. This Art Deco. Art Deco is morely into this interior and also we can say a style of art, and then like it can be even related to the buildings and architecture style. So that is what called as Art Deco. So it is a visual art, architecture, and design. The first appeared in the France. Okay, and then the World War II hits the world. So this is how the silhouettes of the women during that particular time. And then flared skirts in 1940s to 1949. They had flared skirts and distinctive blouses, different styles of blouses that we could see here. And then fabulous 50s, happy days. We also call this baby boomers time. So this is how the silhouettes, the women were really relaxed, and the hemlines we could see it's a little raised. And then we could see it was a very cool time or the happy time where the people eradicated war, and they started living their life. And then we were able to see this kind of advertisements and posters in the graphics, the pop art. So next is 1960s, the beginning early of 1960s to 1969. We were able to see introduction of this polka dots and the rebellious thought. People started to say and rebel against the government if there is something which went wrong and say no war is going to happen anymore. Okay, so we could see the rebellious thoughts in terms of the costumes of the women of those times. So the liberty of women and then gay liberty is also happened in 1917 to 1979. So this is called mid-decade. So this is also like having lots of clothing which is influenced from men. Like women are more, empowered in these times. So 1980s to 1989, we call it as greed decade because people started to be very greedy about what they want. They wanted to be rich and they wanted to earn a lot and save money. And this is how the look was, like greed decade. And this is more simple and easy and casual 1990, and they started people understanding about the concept of simplicity and you know consumption, so consumption of clothing which is less in terms of detailing, you know those things we could see in this. So for the first time the world started to hear the term like globalization. So every wherever you go, wherever the fashion capital you go, like you will see a similar look of a woman or the look of a fashion costume or a fashion look. Okay, what was similar globally. So it was like globalization, globalized look. So the first word was heard in this word was heard for the first time in 2000 into 2009. So it was very famous. So now, like 2010 to 2019, like we have this ripped jeans, crop tops, animal prints, sneakers, bell bottoms, blazers, fennel skirts, and almost everything has made a comeback. Whatever was there in the past, like we were able to see again. We all know fashion is a cycle, so it has just started to come back once again in the fashion cycle. So what is happening with 2020? So we all know like what is happening with 2020. This was not expected. It is an unexpected thing which has happened, but still, like fashion has its own phase now. So, what is happening with the fashion industry and the COVID-19? So, mounting out of stocks, reduction or no footfalls, staffing uncertainty, which is happening. Fashion face masks a huge business now. Face masks includes with it's obviously included in your ensemble. No more fashion, no more fast fashion as production has already stopped. So no manufacturing is happening. So reduced and reuse or sustainability is in trend now. No fashion shows since February 2020, but China has already started their fashion shows these days. Those slides also have it in my, presentation, so I can show you. So no one want to buy the clothing to sit at home. So many, we all know, like now we are at home, educating the students in terms of whatever the subject we are teaching them. And we all know, like, so socializing has stopped and, public meetings are stopped. So fashion shows are already stopped. So why people wanted to dress? This kind of idea was thoughts has started to come in the minds of the people. So what is happening with the existing stock which is already manufactured in the industry? So they are selling it for a cut down price and they are stowing it, which is burning it, and then they are dumping it as a trash. So why they are dumping it or they are burning it? Why don't they give it in a reduction cost? So like some few brands are not giving their product in the reduction cost. They are rather happy burning it or dumping it. Why they do so? Because they feel like only a certain higher uh, uh, group of people have to consume their particular product. So when it is cut down in this price, anybody can own a Burberry bag, so or a Burberry jacket, so which they don't want. The brand actually don't want that. So in that case, they're okay stowing it or they are dumping it rather than giving people in a reduction cost. So next is reduced footfalls we could see, and then the staffing uncertainty. We don't know today's staff is coming and tomorrow the same staff will come. We don't know about that. And then the face mask is already added to the ensemble. Okay, and no more fast fashion as the production is already stopped. So fast fashion is, we all know like Zara is one of the very famous fast fashion brand. So even there they have stopped designing. Sustainable fashion is the new queen of the block. So this is a wallet which is made out of fish leather. It is not made out of animal leather. So they all say like uh, small pouches and bags with lots of patches. Can you see like this is made out of fish leather that rather than an animal leather. People are moving more into sustainability and going green. And this is like capsule collection, capsule wardrobe that is in trend. So having lots and lots of clothing in the wardrobe, when you open the wardrobe, all the clothes fall in on your face. So that is not in the trend right now. So we all have our clothes dumped in the wardrobe and then it blasts one day. So now it is not so. So we have capsule wardrobe, which means when only like few sets of clothing will be there, and then you can mix and match to get more than like 30 looks or 15 looks with the help of these clothing. So that is what called as capsule. We have summer capsule wardrobe, winter capsule wardrobe. So this looks neat, as well as you will not go, definitely not go out of the trend. Okay, so emerging conscious and fashion consumers. So fashion consumers, what they're doing now is they started to take care of their own clothing. They started buying less. They calculate the cost per wear. So how much am I spending? Am I going to wear that for the other time? And how many times I'm going to wear this costume? So do I really need this? So these are all the questions they started to ask. Rather than asking, does it look good on me? That is the first question people ask when they go for shopping. But these days people started asking who made my clothes, what material it was made of. Is it made of synthetic dyes? I mean, is the dyes made of, is this plastisol print which is used in, uh, you know where did they come from, and where they have made of, and what is it like to wear them, and what are the workers lives looks like this is a life of a people, like this is how the people look like, the people who make a luxury fashion outfit. Okay, so these are all the things like people are willing to know, like who is making my garment. And buy vintage or second hand. It is not in India, but in Western countries, like second hand clothing is already a market. So people buy used clothing, but it is not happening in India even now. So DIY, do it yourself. So people started to enhance their clothing line, and they started to mend their clothes. And if it is broken, and they started to stitch it and repair their clothes and wear it. So that kind of trend is happening these days. So upcycle clothes is also in trend, and then people started mending their clothes. So as the topic was into fashion illustration, why did I cover something which is what is happening in the current situation in the fashion industry is, so it is good to know like how in our own field, like how people are suffering, especially in terms of Tirupur and the people who are into mass production, they suffered a lot in terms of this COVID times. So let us get into the fashion illustration styles. So there are different varieties of fashion illustration styles which is available. Huge varieties of fashion illustration styles which is available. So let us get into one by one. So this is the first thing which I wanted to talk about is anorexia. So, what is anorexia? Anorexia is actually a disease of eating disorder. Okay, the women who are into modeling, they have a disorder of eating. They feel themselves bulky when stand in front of the mirror. They feel like they are big and stout. They stop eating. Okay, so this is how the image, actual picture. But can you see the difference here? Like they all look like a figures, like fashion stick figures, like whatever we draw. So they are very thin. Okay, anorexia is a very big problem in fashion industry. So we all think fashion, there is something called ethical practice. Fashion itself isn't an ethical industry actually. So we pollute the country. We have uh, we underwage the labors, and then we have child labors, sweatshops. These things are available in fashion industry. So this is another, one important unethical practices which is followed in the fashion industry is anorexia eating disorder. So how many of us know? I don't know. People instead of eating some food or drinking even a fruit juice, they eat cotton, real cotton balls dumped or just dipped into the juice. They just eat it. So because cotton, no fat in it, so it is not going to, but it may cause digestive issues in the person. And then eating that, what happens is like people, they will not feel hungry, and then they are the fear of losing the opportunities of getting into ramp. If they become bulky, they stopped eating. So these kinds of things happening in the unethical practices of fashion. So these are a few styles of illustrations of anorexia type of fashion illustration. So the next one which I want to show you is scribbling. Okay, normally like scribble the illustrations. We often say scribbling is a negative habit, or but it looks messy. We all say that, but scribbling in itself, it has an beauty in it. And the first thing a child does is, with the help of its pen, it start to scribble. They learn from it. So the kind of scribbling beauty, or the scribbled beauty or a disordered beauty, which was in trend now in terms of fashion illustration or illustrations, even graphics. So imperfections and beauty. So we can't see a perfect illustration. It is an imperfect illustration, but still it is beautiful in terms of the color combinations and we composition. So we also could see this one. This is a kind of an illustration which they used only a just a marker pen to illustrate it. But however, the kind of illustration has its own signature style. The signature style is a style of a person who is, we all have a signature, right? It is meant for only you, and that is yours. In the same way, this kind of illustration is a person's illustration. It is developed by the particular person. There is no perfection in it. There is no, it's very modern and it is very beautiful. So this is illustrator name. Like there is a link below. Like if you want to see more illustration of this particular person, you can just click on this link and you can go further and you can explore this kind of illustrations. So thank you so much. So I'm done with my presentation. If you have any doubts, like you can share and you can ask me. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you, ma'am.
It was such an interesting session, all all the way from Japan. Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you.
Ma'am, with your permission, I would like to read out the question raised
Please.
by participants.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
ideal software for designing a tech pack rather
Yes,
than
sir.
Adobe Illustrator, what is the other software where we can use to create a tech pack? There is any industrial software for it, ma'am? Where
Yes,
students
sir.
can
Yes, sir. Like we have, I mean, initially CorelDRAW was used, sir. So initially CorelDRAW was a software which was used before Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. But Adobe Illustrator has started to come up with lots of options which is inclined to fashion drawings or fashion sketchings or fashion flat sketches. So people started, even in industries, people started to use Adobe Illustrator as a tool. And they also use InDesign software, and also they have a few more Tuca, softwares in terms of doing the flat sketches or flat illustrations. So if you want more in terms of this detailed details regarding this softwares which is used in the industry, I can get back to you in detail.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question, ma'am. Present trend in creating fashion illustration like art medias, which is the best art media to what you suggest, ma'am, to create a fashion illustration?
I suggest a mixed media.
Mixed medias
Mixed
and
media is the very best thing
yeah.
because like you can explore a lot, like you can give detailing, like few textures like you can achieve only in crayons, and few textures you can achieve only in watercolors. So in that case, to enhance the detailing of the outfit, like you can have a mixed media. So that is also okay. If it is a graph, if it is an if you are very particular about like your own style of illustration, which is only watercolor, or you're just sticking to that, you can just explore it only with one particular media. That's okay, not a problem. Medium.
Uh, yeah, ma'am. Should we stick into any one art kind of art team, means GSM paper or any kind of GSM papers? Like we have different kind of GSMs, right?
Art paper is good. I mean, like some which is like little thicker art sheets. That will be very good for fashion illustration rather than normal sheets.
Okay. Ma'am, there is another.
GSM of the paper can be little thicker.
Thank you, ma'am. There is another question from Fatima Nisha.
Can you please be louder? I was not able to hear your voice. Like it's very low.
The third question is that it's from Fatima Nisha called Anaxia scribbling, and third is about in detail. You can you please explain, करके, ma'am?
I can't get your question. Please, can you please be a little louder because your
Yeah, yeah,
voice
ma'am.
is sinking.
The imperfection illustration, what you
Yes,
told her, right?
yes,
Can you
yes.
elaborate on that, ma'am? Because Miss Fatima is asking about that.
Okay. So imperfection, which means like what we try to achieve when we say illustration, is beautiful eyes, beautiful lips, beautiful ears, and beautiful the color detailing and everything should be very very perfect. In terms of even the nook and corner of the illustration should be very perfect. Okay, that is what we normally do. So imperfection, which means like this is not a perfect drawing, it's in just a modern art, but still we could understand the detail of the collar. We can understand that is something which is like a striped t-shirts that a person has worn at the back, and then this is a jacket with the buttons. So we were able to see the detailing of the garment, but that is what called as a imperfection in imperfection in terms of beauty in illustration.
Yes, ma'am. The next question um, is it possible to obtain ink shades in Adobe Illustrator?
Skin tone smudging, that is
No,
what they
ink
mean.
shade, ma'am. Is it possible to
Ink,
obtain ink
ink.
shades in Adobe Illustrator?
Come again.
Is it possible to obtain ink shades in Adobe Illustrator?
Yes, it is possible to obtain ink shades in Adobe Illustrator, but you will not be able to get a smudged effect. But you can. There are lots of techniques to develop. There are lots of layers and layers of things that you have to add to give a ink effect or a smudge effect. The effect can be achieved, but if you use a photo paint, and that will be very very easy to achieve that effect. Okay, if you want a smudged ink effect, that can be achieved easily in Photoshop rather than in Illustrator. Illustrator also you can achieve, but you have to add lots and lots of layers on top.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Sangam Mitra. There is a lot of stress given on illustration in many of the FD courses, but practical knowledge of garment construction and textile is missing. How far is it flexible for the industry?
Exactly. So when I was studying in my college, in my undergraduation, I was uh, I was I was trained more on understanding of a human body. Okay, I was more trained on understanding of a human body, drawing a fashion silhouette. Many students are not you know good at drawing. Okay, so drawing a perfect face or drawing a perfect neck and shoulders and drawing a perfect hand and fingers, it is not possible by all the students. Spending more time on drawing your features and neck and body and legs, rather you could the institutes can spend a lot of time in terms of drawing flat illustrations. Okay, so garment which is rendered on the fashion illustrations, that is also good, but mostly industries need a technical illustration where a garment, what are all the details in the garment and what is the ticket length of a stitch line. So those kinds of minor detailing, we were missing in terms of teaching the kids. So in that case, more time can be spent on flat illustrations rather than spending your time in terms of illustrating a figure and then rendering on top of it and spilling the colors, and those messes we can eradicate and you can digitize all your work easily.
Yes, ma'am. The next question is that if we are illustrating a collection, what
Yes.
would be the basic characteristics that we keep in mind while making the illustration?
Okay, so the most important thing when you're designing a collection, what is your mood or what is your theme that you are designing is all about? What is your collection is all about? That is the first thing. You have to keep it in your mind. So if you have your own signature style of illustration, you can follow the same signature style everywhere, but you can just slightly tweak it when it comes to a particular collection where you have to emphasis more on the mood. So to achieve a particular mode, like you can have a straightforward illustration with normal detailing of the human, or elongated legs and elongated hair and elongated, those kinds of illustrations can happen. It depends upon what concept that you're working in. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
sometimes if you're working more traditional outfit, like you can tweak your illustrations accordingly. If you're very modern, if your collection is very modern, you can tweak your illustrations accordingly. So it is up to your concept or the core idea which you're working on.
Yes, ma'am. The next question is from PSGCT College. How do you see the mask being embellished as shown in your PPT? I have seen in few sites. How can it be functional? Your view on it.
Uh, Come again.
How do you see the mask being embellished as shown in your PPT? I have seen in few sites. How can it be functional? Your view on it.
So I'm not getting
Ma'am,
the
the question
question.
is that you had shown one mask which has embellished on it. So, what is the perspective of the mask from your side? Your view
Mask. Okay, mask. Okay,
which has
mask
embellished.
embellishment.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So my
With
view on this particular mask is up to the designer, but it is not breathable on the first place. Okay, so even a normal mask which I was wearing here every day in Japan, it is mandatory that if you're going outside, you have to wear a mask. So in that case, wearing the mask, a normal mask, which is a very thin mask itself, is very difficult. Fashion industry is all about showing. Okay, so showing and show off. So to grab the attention, you as as we have learned in the history, like people use the corset though they were not really happy wearing it, or though it is creating lots of issues in their health, and people started dying with the corset. Also people are still wearing the corset because to achieve the figure. So in that case, we could see it is embellished. It may look good, or it is aesthetically beautiful, but functionally, I don't know, I'm sorry, it is not you know good product.
okay, ma'am. By the way, you're trying to say that it's the mask which is more attracted, stating that mask which helps you to wear, which will safeguard you. This is a statement where we can create it, that safeguard yourself, which can be worked on a posters.
Yeah, those kinds of print. It can have few print. If it is designed, it can have a few print on top.
Yes.
Not so much with this kind of embellishment.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Over to Shilpa Raj.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again for accepting our invitation and detailing on the topic fashion illustration. Feedback form is shared in the chat box. Please fill it on time. It will be active only for 10 to 15 minutes.
Thank you so much, Shilpa. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes, ma'am. Arulmozhi ma'am, there is a question
Yes.
for you. Hello, ma'am. I would like to ask you how could be a mask being constructed in both a functional and decorative way during this COVID period?
Okay, mask, like, is it all about the how to design a mask or something? Is it the question related to that?
Uh, is related to that. How could a mask be functional and decorative?
Okay, so we all know we are in the life of going minimalistic or do no harm to the environment or go green. So in that case, when you're designing a mask, let it be a breathable and we all know the word called ergonomics, which means the human behavior or the human adaptability to the particular object or a product, you know. So that was the first, okay. And then the next is when it comes to the aesthetic or the beauty, like you can have simplicity or less or very less, you know, limited minimalistic patterns or quotes or the sayings that you could add it into the mask. That will be more than enough rather than having lots of emotions somehow.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Dear participants, please fill the feedback form and also note that
Thank
the second session by Dr. Murugesh Babu on the topic textile wet processing will be starting at sharp 12. You all are requested to join the meeting at least 5 minutes prior to the commencement of session.
I would like to thank Sandhya Ravi ma'am and Mr. Somasundaram sir here for giving me an wonderful opportunity. And so, ma'am spoke to me, I mean, 1 week back, and then I said, sorry, ma'am, like I was not able to
Arul,
handle it in
thank you very
immediate.
much. This is Dr. Sandhya.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. We will have some or few more sessions maybe later at your convenience. Okay,
Okay.
but very
Okay.
kind of you to have accepted our invitation and thank you so much,
No
Arul.
problem.
I shall
Thank
be
you.
talking to you later.